Hello, dear subscribers. I thought that this video is very timely, where we will be discussing the real dangers of 5G. What is the real reason for the rollout of 5G? This isn't about faster internet speeds. This is designed to track you and me. And I thought that the most appropriate Bible verse in this context would be Ephesians chapter 6, verses 11 to 13. Ephesians 6, verse 11. Put on the whole armour of God, that you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. For we do not wrestle against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this age, against spiritual hosts of wickedness in the heavenly places. Therefore take up the whole armour of God, that you may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all, to stand. Yes, we're going to need the full armour of God to stand in this evil day, for that evil day has arrived. It is now, as 5G is being rolled out in cities and villages. The 5G danger can't be overstated. 5G, fifth generation, is now being actively rolled out in many cities around the world. Simultaneously, as awareness over its horrific health and privacy impacts is rising, many places are issuing moratoriums on it or banning it, such as the entire nation of Belgium, the city of Vaud, Switzerland, and San Francisco. Radio frequency radio frequency radiation and electromagnetic fields are being increasingly recognized as new types of pollution. Environmental pollution. Here are 13 reasons exposing the 5G danger, which could turn into an unmitigated health and privacy catastrophe if enough people don't rise up to stop it. So, the first thing that it does is hijacking your sweat duct antennae. What do your sweat ducts have to do with 5G? The 5G network uses and broadcasts frequencies which affect our sweat ducts, which act as antennae. In other words, our largest organ, the skin, can be influenced and manipulated by 5G. In this article, scientist Dr. Ben Ishai exposed the connection between 5G and our body sweat ducts in this video. The 5G frequencies will zap us with frequencies that will interact with the geometrical structure of our skin. They found that sweat ducts work like helical antennas. The sweat duct was an integral part of the mechanism for the absorption of energy, electromagnetic, between 75 and 100 GHz, and that if you changed the character of the sweat duct, made it work, you would actually change that absorption at some point. And if you could do that, you could trace how a person is under stress. Second, 5G danger. 5G amplifies EMF damage via VGCCs, which are voltage-gated calcium channels. This is going to have a great impact upon us. Voltage-gated calcium channels are channels in the membranes of cell walls of animals, and they regulate the influx of electrolytes. in this particular case calcium ions. Wireless radiation and EMF scientist Dr. Paul has done groundbreaking research in explaining exactly how EMFs cause premature aging and injury to the human body, including damage to fertility, brains, hearts, and even DNA. His pioneered research showing how EMFs activate the body's voltagegated calcium channels, which causes them to release excess calcium ions into the cell. This then leads to nitric oxide and superoxide, which react nearly instantaneously to form peroxynitrite and free radicals. And you know that free radicals are scavengers. They attack human living systems. The net effect of influx of calcium into the cells via these said voltage-gated calcium channels would be calcification of organs. For example, calcification in the eyes would be cataracts. In the arteries would lead to atherosclerosis, calcification of the pineal gland, calcification of tendons, and the list goes on and on and on. So that would cause premature aging. Many studies like this show peroxynitrite damages DNA. So over and above what's happening in the cells, the DNA is damaged as well. Dr. Paul has stated unequivocally that the 5G rollout is absolutely insane, by which I agree. Third, 5G danger. Pulsed wave far more damaging than continuous wave radiation. A significant and unique feature of smart meters is that they emit pulsed wave radiation, not continuous wave radiation, and we're talking about non-ionizing radiation, so as not to be confused with the other form of radiation, which is ionizing. In other words, they run in start-stop cycles of emitting a burst of EMF, then going temporarily inactive. This happens at incredibly high amounts of times per day. Court documents with testimony from utility companies like Pacific Gas and Electric Company of California reveal that smart meters sent pulsed waves between 9,600 and 190,000 times per day. Dr. Paul states there are 13 studies which show that pulsed wave EMFs are more active and dangerous than continuous wave EMFs. Fourth, 5G danger. 5G promotes deep EMF penetration. Excuse me. The main reason why cell or mobile phones are more dangerous for children than adults, apart from the fact that radiation absorption is cumulative over a lifetime, is due to EMF penetration. And below we have these images depicting the microwave cell phone effects and absorption in the brain according to age, with the image far left being that of a 5-year-old and to the right being one of an adult, and it's obvious that there is the greatest penetration in the 5-year-old. And I urge you to go through this article because there's a lot to ponder about. Fifth, 5G danger. 5G is a weapons system disguised as a consumer convenience. Mark Steele has been very outspoken against 5G and has been widely interviewed, including by Project Camelot and also by Sasha Stone. In his documentary, 5G Apocalypse, The Extinction Event, Steele claims that although widespread reports state that 5G is operating in the 24 to 100 GHz range, it is actually sub-gigahertz, meaning under the gigahertz threshold, so still measured in megahertz. He says 5G is a weapons system like long-range radar, phased array radar, and directed energy. In fact, directed energy weapons were used in the 9/11 event and also the various fires like the Paradise Fires in California. He claims that when you examine 5G hardware, it has